Okay, so I want to show you guys my setup for the hangboard, which is different from Ben's in sort of a way that solves two problems. One is that you don't have to deal with weights, and the second one is that you don't have to deal with remembering numbers, like the weights that you use for every different kind of hold. So that makes it much more kind of quick and easy to like get to it and remember where you left off and all that. So first of all, so the setup up there for Sam, I mean that's like the standard setup where you basically have these things installed on a cleat, and so you can move them left and right, you know, based on which hold you're holding. And then you have, so the key part is that you have a hanger here in the center, which used to be for sort of installing the pulley system with the weights, but you can ignore all this because instead of the weights, I basically have, I purchased these standard like, I think they are a silicone kind of sport rubber bands with different sort of, you know, resistance strength to them, and they're very nicely spaced. So I have like the four spacings, all the different colors, and all you need to do is to basically put each one of them on a carabiner, you know, like this, pretty simple, and just put it up here basically. And so it turns out that so they're a little bit shorter than a person's length, and so I'll show you in a second, but you basically put one foot in the loop below, and then you sort of go for the holds and start hanging, and you can have a bunch of them. I basically end up using different ones for different holds, and the standard set of these looks very sort of nicely matched to, you know, what I need for weights. And so the cool thing is, so there's a couple of cool things about these things. First of all, the spacings between the tension that you get from the different colors is basically exactly what you would sort of consider you've gotten a little stronger on that hold. Like they're like nicely spaced, and if you want to transition between, so when you're transitioning between one color and the next, if you want to mid-step in terms of difficulty, all you need to do is basically, instead of clipping it wherever you're typically clipping it, like let's say here, all you need to do is to basically clip it one carabiner lower, and this gives you basically a half step of tension to the next level. And so the cool thing about this system, aside from the fact that I can get to it without any sort of setup, so anytime I have like 20 minutes, I can jump on it. The other cool thing though is that you can essentially remember, all you need to remember is for every hold, essentially which color you're working on, and that's basically it. I mean, you can also, I guess, remember if it's a half step, if it's the color plus one carabiner down, but it's a pretty easy system to track your progress. Basically, you can kind of keep it in your head. You don't need a spreadsheet maybe. So that's that basically. Let me show you. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like from the side. 1 second.